Hey, happy Tuesday, Houston. I'm KHOU11 meteorologist Kim Castro. So what do we have in store for today and for the rest of the week? Your weather headlines look really pleasant. Calm week ahead. Mornings are going to be on the cool side like they were this morning. And the afternoons do feature a lot of sunshine. So that does kick up temperatures a couple degrees warmer than where we should be for this time of year. Live look from our Hotel Zaza camera looking out towards the Med Center. There's Mr. Houston enjoying a nice sunny day. Traffic moving nice and well without any rain delays. You're not going to have that chance for rain until the end of the week, but even that rain chance actually pretty low. 88 degrees right now. We're 1 degree warmer than where we were yesterday. Some other things to note. The breeze is coming in out of the east-southeast at this point. So because it is coming in a little bit more from the south, that does increase the dew points just a little bit. So any little bit though, I tend to notice it when I go outside. So it is going to feel a little bit more, I wouldn't even say sticky just yet. It'll start getting sticky by Friday, but you'll just see the air is a little bit thicker out there. This morning we had a couple of clouds roll in, and so that made for a nice, cool, comfortable start, although the actual air temperatures didn't drop as low as where we were yesterday morning. Maybe you noticed that. This afternoon though, clouds starting to clear out of the way, and so that nice sunshine is almost everywhere. So you'll notice Galveston has a couple of high clouds out there, fair weather, no rain from those. Bush Airport, a mixture of sun and clouds. That temperature right now is at 88 degrees. The high is actually going to push towards the low 90s. Galveston's at 82. Everywhere else, mid to upper 80s. 86 for Pearland. Conroe is at 88. So afternoon high temperatures, so peak heating of the day, think 3-4 o'clock, we are going to be pushing into the 90s. 93 for Sugar Land, 93 for Katy. Another warm spot is going to be Columbus, sitting at 94 degrees. Navasota, 93. A couple of 80s on the map, but less of those. 89 for Livingston, and then Galveston makes it up to 88 with nice sunshine overhead. Now, the reason for the sunshine is this ridge of high pressure. Now, as this starts shifting a little bit towards the east, by Thursday, we'll start to see that clockwise flow bring us a little bit more moisture. You can see that on our tropical moisture map. Gulf humidity starts to make a return. That does bring us just a little bit more humidity, yes, and an isolated rain chance. Let's start with the humidity. Dew points right now are anywhere between the upper 50s to low 60s. That's comfortable to not bad. We're going to see that through Wednesday and Thursday. Now, Future Track humidity map still has the dew points in the 60s by Friday, but I think that those dew points are actually going to shoot up closer to 70. So it's going to be sticky, maybe even erring on that tropical feel by Friday. And that increasing moisture is going to bring you that rain chance I was talking about. As long as high pressure is on top of us, it's quiet. So high pressure is here all the way through Thursday. Like I said, that's when it starts shifting towards the east, and you'll notice that wraparound moisture, the clockwise flow of high pressure, brings back a little bit more cloud cover, a little bit more humidity, and that isolated rain chance along the coast for the most part, and it's only a 20% chance. So I think most of us can get away with penciling in any plan for this entire week. Your hourly forecast today shows we're going to be right around that 90-degree marker pretty much all afternoon. So from right about now all the way through 6 o'clock in the evening, that's when we're going to have temperatures that are slightly above average for this time of year. Remember, we should be maxing out right at 88 for the end of September. Once the sun goes down, it's nice and comfortable. We'll be at 80 degrees at midnight. And how about those overnight temperatures? Because really it's the mornings that are the most enjoyable part of the day, especially this time of year when things start quieting down and cooling down. 68 degrees tomorrow morning in Almeda, Bel Air, 68 West Chase, same thing for you. Sunny side, anywhere between the Loop and the Beltway, you're pretty much at 68 degrees across the board. North Shore, 68 degrees. 65 for Tomball, nice and cool there. Along 290, Cypress to Jersey Village, 67 to 68. Addicks and Mission Bend, right at 70 degrees. The air is dry It's comfortable, clear skies for tomorrow morning. That means Huntsville gets down to 66, Livingston and Conroe get down to 65. So things are really, really manageable, nice and quiet here in Houston. Now the Atlantic Basin looks a lot more colorful. Look at the eastern seaboard. So this is the outer bands of Imelda that are still bringing some rain showers, but now mainly to Virginia, pushing into the outskirts of New York, into Pennsylvania even. But a lot of this is getting pulled towards the east. And there is a force that's pulling it. Well, there's two forces really. There's a trough that's dipping down into here that's going to help push both Imelda and Umberto into the Atlantic Ocean. But there's also this phenomenon called the Fujiwara effect. So this happens when we've got two tropical systems that are pretty close to each other. Now, Imelda and Umberto are at about 500 miles apart from one another, and that's close enough for them to have interaction. First and foremost, they tend to weaken each other a little bit because there's some shear, there's some interaction. But eventually, these two systems start to want to orbit around each other, and if there can get enough organization, they might join forces, become one storm. I don't think that's going to happen in this case, but at least there's enough of a pull to get both of these out of here, out of the continental U.S. So here's the latest track from the National Hurricane Center. This is Imelda and this is Umberto. Right now, both have dropped. I should say, Umberto has dropped in intensity. Imelda is actually strengthening, but both are starting to take their turn towards the east. So Imelda is expected to become a Category 2 hurricane, and it is on the path to have some land interaction with Bermuda. So we will have to watch for impacts there. You'll notice Umberto, a Cat 1 storm, is really going to lose a lot of its steam. It's already losing organization. It looks pretty disheveled. The center of the storm is falling apart. So as it interacts with cooler waters, it's going to become a remnant low. And notice it moves west and then north of Bermuda. So it's not going to have any land interaction. It's a fish storm. Eventually both become a fish storm, and then the Atlantic Basin is quiet, which is just what we want to see. Hey, we also love to see this local forecast too. The 7-day, pretty spectacular. You'll notice almost each and every day is a carbon copy of the other. Mornings are going to be in the upper 60s to low 70s. We've got a low 70 waking up for our Thursday morning into our Friday. Saturday mornings are always of interest. I know runners are starting to get up in their mileage with those Saturday morning long runs. So what can you expect for this weekend's long run? Not too bad. Upper 60s to start on your Saturday. There shouldn't be a rain chance. There is going to be a little bit more humidity than what you've been experiencing the last few mornings, but hey, compared to the summertime humidity, it's manageable. And you'll notice the only thing to note in the 7-day is that 20% rain chance that we talked about. It's going to be mainly along the coastline, and it's fairly isolated. All right, we are continuing to track the tropics. We'll have updates on Imelda and Umberto coming up on TV. The next newscast is 4 o'clock. I will be walking you through the changes then. And then our chief meteorologist is here tonight at 5, 6, and 10. He'll have your latest forecast. Have a great Tuesday.